Hello everyone and welcome to my page, Messages from Venus. So yeah, I'm laying in my bed. I'm like so tired. Anyway, by the time you guys watch this video, I don't know, it's probably gonna be like, I don't know, like March sometime. Yeah, I'm doing like leaving the best for last. I'm recording this video in 2018 and you'll see it next year. So this video is about how God is a jealous God, right? So it talks about it in the Bible. And when people hear that, well, my God is a jealous God, and you hear like the Christians saying, excuse me, my God is a jealous God. My God doesn't like to, share things with other people. I mean, not other people, but other gods. He doesn't see himself next to other gods, and he's the great I am, and he's the this and he's the that, and you see people talking about it so passionately. And in the Bible, it's in the book of Exodus, amongst other sections of the Bible, in his character, etc. However, yes, God is a jealous God, right? What do I have to say about that? That yes, God is a jealous God. If you guys worship other gods, whether it's not the Christian God, whether it's in a Greek mythology, Egyptian mythology, Christian mythology, whatever, right? You have other gods that have been jealous of other gods and goddesses, right? So I'm not gonna mention the names because I'm not gonna give it like too much like attention and attitude and all this stuff. Why? Because I need people to teach themselves, and then you guys can comment below, and then we'll talk about the different mythologies if you want to talk about the different mythologies. But I would like for spiritualists or witches or practitioners of the craft to learn to stop saying stupid shit and listen to yourself before you fucking speak, and fucking research and do the fucking work. Why? Because yes, God is a jealous God, right? Because if Christians were smart, they would say, well, like if they were studying other gods and goddesses, they would have a fucking comeback for you. They would be able to clap back. Because I would clap back. Because you know me, bitch. What? I study out here, right? God is a jealous God. So let's push backward. So let's fast forward. Let's say I'm a Christian. You're not a Christian. I'm trying to convince you. And my first line is, well, God is a jealous God. My God is jealous. He doesn't like sharing anyone. This nigga's jealous as hell. And then your clapback should be, well, because you're not a believer. You're not trying to save your soul. You're like a spiritualist. You're a witch and all this other stuff. And you manifest for yourself. And then you say, well, I don't want to be part of a jealous God. I don't want a jealous God to be on top of me or to lead me. Because if you have these human feelings and emotions such as jealousy, you can't possibly be perfect. That's an imperfection. You can't possibly be the God of gods. You can't be the Alpha and the Omega and be jealous. That's ridiculous. How do you feel that jealousy? Right? And then I'm like, in this conversation. So then the Christian is like, if he or she was a smart Christian, you would hit him with the, oh, well, in the Greek mythology, X, Y, and Z was jealous and they killed their brother. They slept with their sister's husband. They had a child with their sister's husband. Because why? God is a jealous God. Because that God or that goddess is also a jealous God. So how can you possibly venerate those gods? Where's my glasses? I hope you guys are following me. This is young Pharaoh. This is what he does. So that's what I would do. That's what I would tell you guys. If the Christians would be studying other religions and other spiritualities and other trains of thoughts, they would know to ask you that shit, right? And you would know to stop telling their God that they can't be a jealous God, because most of you that, oh, well, I study Yoruba. I, practice witchcraft, Santeria, and all this other stuff. And I follow the saints, and they don't have that, and they're like gods and goddesses in their own right. And I follow Oshun and Yemaya. Meanwhile, they're like butting heads. You can't even have them in the same room together. Because God is a jealous God. I hope you're following. I hope that shit clicks in your mind. God is a jealous God, right? Because all of these gods, let's say you are practicing, you follow the Orishas and you follow that line of gods and goddesses, and they come from one source, right? And from that source, they all branched out. They were, they were birthed, and they're gods and goddesses in their own right, right? they do have jealousy, and they have tendencies, and they have imperfections. If you look at their stories, they are not perfect, right? They can produce and manifest, but they are not perfect. They're not. They live in their own happiness and imperfection. See, they live, and that's what makes them beautiful, because you can relate, right? And so if the Christians would be studying, that's what you would say. If the pagans or the spiritualists would be studying, and a Christian claps back at me and tells me, well, your gods are jealous gods because this person slept with their husband, and this person chopped up the head of their brother, and this person, left their wife and gave that wife up and did all this stuff, and if they were to say that, you, as someone who is intelligent, would know to say the following. You would say, you know what, but you claim that your God is the highest of the highest, that your God is the source of everything, the creator of everything, so he can't possibly be jealous. See? And that's the difference between, yes, God is a jealous God, and that Christian shit about, yes, God is a jealous God, but he can still be the God of everything. Nope. Christians thought I'd moved on. The Christians thought I was on the Christian side for a second. Girl, bye. Bitch, I clap back. But yes, God is a jealous God, right? Because if I come from God, if I come from this divine being and divine source, so therefore I am a goddess, I can't possibly be a piece of shit. No, I cannot be a piece of shit. So God is a jealous God. So when people say, well, God is a jealous God. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, God is a jealous God. Especially if he's like in human form. If you're in human physical form, then that means you have to have the physical human, not just the physical human attributes, but also the train of thought, the neurons, the brains, the heart, the sacral chakra. The system has to be the same because you're in human form. And that's why I always tell you guys, try to connect with these deities, spirits and entities outside of their human form, outside of the depictions that you guys see, so that you guys see them in their divine form as opposed to just the human form. And so therefore they will no longer be jealous gods, right? You will connect with them in different areas, in different sides of their divinity, in different facets of themselves, in different avatars of themselves, and the roads will be able to open for you because you no longer see them in the limitation of their human self, right? Because in reality, they're just trying to get in contact with you and relate to you, so that they can produce things for you. They can assist you. You can feed them, and vice versa. That's just how that works, because that's essentially what you're doing, right? So you're forming a relationship. They're not going to give you something and they'll be, all this prosperity, but you're not living to your highest and best potential, because that's the only thing they're asking about from you. In reality, they're asking you to live in your highest and greatest potential, within your highest and greatest self, right? So that you can maintain in frequency with them, and then they'll be able to open the roads for you, because they're not going to lower their frequencies for you. They're not. Because if you're out here doing the fuckery and fuck boy, fuck girl shit, that I don't know what type of deities you're working with, because you can't possibly be working with orishas, because they have high frequency. They're extremely high. So that's my story. So yes, God is a jealous God, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.